How you doing?
I'm good. I'm nervous.
You're nervous too.
Of course.
What are you nervous about?
Oh my God, look at all these people. Hi.
Pull that microphone a little bit closer to you if you don't mind. Just a little bit closer.
Is that good?
That's even better.
Good? Better?
What are you nervous about? Everyone here obviously already loves you. Like, everyone here is obviously already really proud of you.
I love you too.
We're gonna have a look at one of the parkas in just a moment. But first, when did you know that fashion was something that you wanted to do?
So back in 2012, I took a traditional sewing program in Rankin Inlet, and honestly, like once that sewing program was done, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to stop sewing, and so what I did was I went online and I looked for a fashion design program, and I saw one. There was one in Winnipeg, which is like just a flight away from home, so I decided then and there that was exactly what I wanted to do.
It was just kind of a gut feeling?
Oh yeah, it's honestly like pretty much as soon as I made my very first parka, the feeling that I had, it was just like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. I want to make more of these, and so.
Did you have the hip actions when you said it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
That's how you pose when you finish a new parka. Like,
Yeah.
look at me.
Yeah, I look like a guy who's used to fashion modeling.
Oh,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
definitely got to get you in one of my parkas.
If I was on OkCupid, my body shape would say, cut like a bag of milk. So don't worry about that.
I can make you look good.
You can make me look.
Yeah.
The line was, I can make you look good. That sounds like something like a terrifying doctor would say to you. I can make you look good.
I'll cut into the sealskin. I will cut into you.
Oh, you'll cut into the sealskin and not to me. Same kind of feeling. How would you describe like making your first parka?
Like I said, I took a traditional sewing program in Rankin, which was taught by 5 elders, and it was an all sealskin parka, which was probably not a very good idea because it was really hard and very frustrating. But the feeling of completing it was just an amazing feeling. Like it gave me a sense of pride, and like I said, it was right then and there that I knew I wanted to do fashion.
So how would you? I mean, I know it's hard to describe these things on the radio, but like, how would you sum up like your aesthetic for Victoria's Arctic fashion?
So I would explain my garments. I would say they're a bit more simple, classy. They're fitted parkas, and so I try to incorporate a bit of my traditional background into like modern pieces.
Can you describe what people are seeing right now?
So kind of like what I just explained. My parkas are pretty simple. They're more form-fitting, and then this one, so it's a mix between 2 of my most recent designs. So this is a mix between the Iqaluit and the Singitok, and this one here is made of Arctica, and then you have the leather contrast here on the sleeves and here in the front, just beside the asymmetrical zipper. And then you also have, of course, which I love to incorporate in most of my designs, is the sealskin trim. So this is the natural harp sealskin trim and silver fox fur.
How hard is it to work with sealskin?
At first, it was very hard, very frustrating, because when I took fashion design, we had like these industrial sewing machines, which are just like a basic straight stitch. They don't have any special features or anything. So, of course, I chose the most difficult patterns and styles to make for my collection in school. And so, like the sealskin, it kind of kept sliding away from me, and I just couldn't keep it together, and it was so frustrating. But anyway, so I ended up buying a new sewing machine that had like this walking foot. It's a sewing accessory, which helped the sealskin stick to the bottom of the fabric. And so after that, it takes time and a trial and error, of course. And so like after like making a bunch of sealskin garments, you kind of learn new techniques and new tricks on how to work with it. So I feel like at this point, I've made quite a few parkas, and I feel like it's very easy to sew with now.
How many parkas have you made?
I hate answering this question. I think it's been over 1,000.
I know you use traditions and techniques passed down from elders. How important is that to you in your work?
It's so important to me because, like, I would not be here if it wasn't for our elders and our ancestors who like sewing traditional garments has always been an important part of life in the north and life for Inuit especially. It's a skill passed down from generation to generation, and I feel like it's so important for me to incorporate them into my designs, and it gives me the opportunity to kind of tell our story and why it's so important for us to use seal in our clothing, because we live in the north and like it's so cold here, and we need to be able to, like, if it wasn't for our ancestors who used seal in their garments, like, we would not be here today.
Is that a challenging line sometimes to respect and honor tradition while still making something modern?
At first, it was for me because, like I said, I was taught by elders, and they showed me all the traditional ways of sewing traditional garments. And so when I went to fashion design school, I kind of went outside of the traditional element, and I kind of, like, I felt like it was also important for me to incorporate my style, my creativity into my garments. So I was kind of worried about the reaction that I would get, but like once I finished my collection in school, the reaction that I got was amazing. Like, everybody was so supportive, my family and friends back home, all the elders. So I kind of felt like, oh, this is okay. Like, it's okay to do this, and maybe I was going in the right direction.
And you got to showcase at pretty much the most prestigious fashion event in the entire world at Paris Fashion Week. Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was so surreal. Like, it happened so quickly too, because we didn't find out that we were going to Paris until like beginning of February, and we had to leave like February 28th.
Oh my God.
I know. So it was insane. And of course because we had launched a new collection in November, we had so many orders coming in, and I had so much work. On top of that, I was teaching that same sewing program full-time from January and we just finished a couple weeks ago. So it was a full-time program, and then on top of that, I was working on all my orders, and then Paris. I'm like, how are we gonna accomplish this? And so we honestly just worked day and night, and I was lucky enough to have my amazing friend Lori Tegolna come with me, who did all the amazing beadwork on our garments, and I had Mariana Lane and Jennifer Lane come with me as well. So it was amazing to be able to go with my close friends and amazing support.
What was it like to take this work, like inspired by Inuit culture, passed down by elders to such a prestigious international stage? What was that like for you?
Oh my gosh, I felt so lucky and so honored to be able to travel to Paris and showcase our like traditional pieces, because it was such an amazing opportunity, and honestly, like, it was just so surreal, and I felt so honored.
Was it emotional at all?
Very much. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So honestly, as soon as because I was just so busy trying to get it done, trying to get there, and trying to finish all our pieces. Like, it wasn't until all of our clothes went on the runway and we were asked to go out and just kind of like wave to the crowd. It wasn't until then that it really hit me, and so I just kind of like, it took everything in me not to like break down and cry.
What was the reaction like here when you came back?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Everybody was just so supportive. It was actually in Paris that we got the amazing reaction. Like,
Yeah.
we posted, like, Mariana stayed up all night posting all the pictures on Facebook, and so like the reaction that we got from everybody was just amazing and so incredible.
Well, we were joking around about a parka for me earlier, but I even before I left, I was like, well, maybe I'll go on and order one. And I think the website said something like, "We cannot handle any more orders.
Done.
We are done."
I need to sleep.
Has it been difficult to keep up with the orders, with the success?
It has been, absolutely, yeah. It's actually been quite busy for quite a while, and especially since we launched the new collection. It's been crazy, and I'm always telling myself I can do this, but it's been very overwhelming for sure.
Is there a resistance to moving then to work with like a larger manufacturer? Will that lose something or?
Yeah, I've thought about it, and we did look into it, but I don't really wanna expand that far because, like, I think what's so unique about our pieces is that they're made in Nunavut, made by Inuit, and we want to keep the quality of it too. So, yeah.
You know, I think what's really remarkable is at the beginning when you told me, I took a sewing class that led me to become a designer, and all I can think is right now this interview is airing all across the north. So many Inuit listening to this right now who may for the first time think, well, my God, she did it. Maybe I could become a fashion designer too. What would you say to them?
Absolutely. Just do what you believe in, work your hardest, and just don't let anything get in your way. That's what Inuit are all about. We're all about uplifting and helping each other. It's so important that we go out and share our culture. And for me, like I taught a sewing program, and it was amazing for me to be able to kind of like pass on the knowledge that was passed on to me. So I think it's very important that we help each other.
Victoria, thank you so much for being here. Give it up one more time for Victoria
Thank you
Kakuktinniq,
very
everybody.
much.